boy, how do I review this? Unforgettable is a new psycho thriller starring Katherine Heigl and Rosario Dawson. Basically, if you've seen Obsessed, if you've seen When the Bow Breaks, if you've seen Boy Next Door, if you've seen The Perfect Man, yeah, you've seen this movie before. Good for you! In this movie, Rosario Dawson plays a woman who is moving in with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend has a daughter from a previous marriage. The ex is played by Katherine Heigl. When she moves in with her boyfriend and she tries to start this new life with him and his daughter, there obviously creates some friction and some tension between her and the ex. And then the ex hears that they're getting married, and then she basically goes, yeah, it's time for me to ruin that bitch's life. And what follows is a deadly game of wits and manipulations as the two women basically go to war. And again, you've seen this movie before. This movie was awesome, amazing, terrible, awful, great. I mean, there are so many different ways to feel about this movie, so many different ways to describe it. I got nothing for you. Let's roll it. Here's what I can say about the movie. I could tell from the performances in the movie that the people in the movie are trying. They are really, really trying. Katherine Heigl, I mean, it seems like she has a history of playing roles like this. Like, she's used to playing an anal retentive, stuck-up, prissy bitch, for lack of a better word. In this one, she plays all of that, except with an extra dose of crazy. Sometimes reasonable crazy, like you could understand why this would drive a person crazy. Other times over-the-top crazy that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but we'll get to that later. Point is, she sells it. She's a great saleswoman. You know, she could probably sell fire in hell, and that's probably where this chick belongs. Likewise, Rosario Dawson really does sell you on the victim in this situation. She also has some traumatic stuff from her past that is catching up to her in this movie, so it was nice to see her character get a little bit more attention behind the whole I'm moving into my boyfriend's house and I have nothing else going on with my life type of thing. The movie has decent production design. It's decently well shot. I mean, you know, the usuals that you would expect from a movie like this. How was the girl fight? In a movie like this, you know there's going to be a girl fight. You saw it in the trailer, and in a movie like this, you know there's going to be. The girl fight was reasonably entertaining. I still think Beyonce versus that chick from Heroes was better from years back, but still, this was a reasonably entertaining girl fight. Beyond that, oh, this movie. Jesus. I mentioned to you that you have probably seen this movie before, right? Okay, well that's a virtual certainty that you've seen it before, but not only that, but the movie sets itself up and is structured in a way that you will never not know what's going to happen in this movie. No, seriously, 2 minutes into the movie, they pretty much reveal everything that the movie is going to be about. There's like a scene that takes place in the future, and then the rest of the movie is building up to that scene. Sometimes in movies that can work. In this particular movie, it's kind of like, no, you know exactly what's going to happen, you know who's going to say what, you know who's going to do what, you know exactly how all of this plays out 2 minutes into the movie. And in that sense, you feel like the script is handcuffed because there's no room for creative energy to flow, there's no room for surprises. I pretty much got bored after 5 minutes because I knew everything before it was going to happen. The other problem with this movie is severe plot convenience. I mean, there are people that make such weird and stupid decisions in this movie that don't really make sense to me. I can't help but think that if they had made a different decision, the movie would, you know, be over. There are so many hilariously bad, over-the-top moments. There's this one weird part where there's like really weird music and it's like static and it goes in and out, and the music is playing to Rosario Dawson humping the shit out of her boyfriend or whatever. And simultaneously while that's happening, Katherine Heigl is like staring at a computer and fondling herself. And they tried to make it to where it's like very parallel and symmetrical. I didn't care who was around me. There was a lot of women around me. I didn't care. I laughed my ass off. There are moments like that, like hilariously bad moments like that throughout the entire movie. Sometimes Katherine Heigl sells it a little bit too much. Sometimes she comes off as Cruella de Vil instead of an actual person. Luckily, someone in the movie does call her Cruella de Vil, so they get points for that, I guess? Look, this is a bad movie, okay? I want people to understand me when I say that. This is a bad movie. This is not a good movie. I am not highly recommending it. However, I could see this as an entertaining little B-movie thriller. It's bad in a hilariously awful way. And those are the best movies. Those are the guilty pleasures, and that's exactly what this movie's gonna get. Unforgettable is actually pretty forgettable, but also pretty entertaining when you look at it, and that's why Smallville is where this movie's gonna end up. Guys, that is my review of Unforgettable. I can't even tell you to go out and see it. Just wait for it. Watch it on Redbox or something, or on cable when you're bored or drunk. What's your best guilty pleasure psycho thriller from the last 5 years? Go ahead and list those down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.